Take a look at that, guys. That is Brock Purdy on the Dallas Cowboys. And even though it probably wasn't close, it could have happened where the 49ers traded Brock Purdy to the Cowboys instead of Trey Lance. If Trey Lance maybe had have shown more promise. Well, today we're going to find out what the 49ers would do if Trey Lance was their quarterback. Could they still win a Super Bowl? Could they still make the playoffs? What would happen with Trey Lance under center for the 49ers? We're about to find out. And just FYI, I haven't got my tooth fixed. I'm still trying to get into the dentist, and I'm getting in next week. So please forgive me if I misspeak or speak weird or something like that. But Trey Lance will be the quarterback of the 49ers moving forward. So the same lineup, but Trey Lance will be running the show. We're going to start back at the beginning of the season because this is when this all started. So I'll see you guys at the end of the season. All right, so I stopped at mid-season to see how Trey Lance was doing, and here he is through 7 games, 1,812 yards passing, 19 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, and a 74% completion rate. Pretty good. And just to show you our record, we're 6-1 with Trey Lance as the starter. So we'll see you at the end of the season. All right, fellas. So we're at the end of the season. We are 15-2. It looks like we have a bye. Let's take a look at the playoff bracket. Yes, we are the first seed. Baltimore is the first seed on the AFC side. Trey Lance on the season, 3,945 yards, 41 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, 73% completion rate. Christian McCaffrey, 1,700 yards rushing, 5.4 yards per carry, and 14 touchdowns. Trey Lance, 314 yards rushing, 4.1 yards per carry, and 2 touchdowns. Brandon Ayuk with 92 catches, 1,397 yards, and 25 touchdowns. That is an MVP year. Deebo Samuel, 77 catches, 938 yards, 5 touchdowns. George Kittle, 53 catches, 556 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Fred Warner led the team with 121 tackles. Chase Young led the team with 21 TFLs. Nick Bosa with 15. Javon Hargrave with 11. Eric Armstead led the team with 10.5 sacks. A little disappointing. Nick Bosa, 9.5. And Chase Young, only 6.5. Hargrave had 4.5. And we had 3 guys tied for 3 interceptions. Fred Warner, Charvarius Ward, and Lin Wah. In the league, we were first in offensive points per game at 32. 8th in passing yards per game. 2nd in rushing yards per game, 7th in defensive points per game, 29th in defensive passing yards per game, and 1st in defensive rushing yards per game. All right, so our first game is against the Green Bay Packers at Levi's Stadium. I'm just going to advance through it, and we win 24-17. All right, guys, we're going to play the conference championship game. It's the LA Rams versus the San Francisco 49ers. Lance in the shotgun. George Kittle picks up the first down. George Kittle gets close to the first down marker, and the pass from Trey Lance. High formation. Christian McCaffrey gets the first down. That one's to Deebo Samuel. On the money. Trey Lance. Touchdown Niners. Pass to Ayuk is completed for a 9-yard gain. McCaffrey picks up some yardage on that. George Kittle gets the first down with 18 seconds left. Brandon Ayuk with a huge catch. George Kittle, nice catch, and gets the first down. And they've got everybody in the box, looks like. They will get the field goal unit out there. 10-0 49ers at half. 13 13-0. Jake Moody, 3-yard rush by Christian McCaffrey for a TD. It's like the 49ers are going to win this one. Trey Lance with 203 yards passing, 64% completion percentage, and 1 touchdown. Looks like we'll play the Bengals in the Super Bowl. Yearly awards, Trey Lance finishes 5th in MVP voting. Brandon Ayuk is the Offensive Player of the Year. McCaffrey finishes 3rd. It's time to play the Super Bowl, guys. Let's do this at Allegiant Stadium. Reminiscent to 1981 Super Bowl, I believe. The Bengals and the 49ers in the mid to late 80s. 86, 87. Can't remember. Jerry Rice, I think, was the MVP of that game. Joe Montana, the MVP of the first Super Bowl over the Bengals. The Paul Brown-led Bengals. Many people don't know this, but Bill Walsh was an assistant head coach at Cincinnati, and he was bypassed because they didn't like his wild and crazy West Coast scheme offense that he put out there. They didn't think he was ready to be a head coach, and so they hired some other guy, and Bill Walsh had to basically beg to get into interviews. And finally, the lowly, and I mean lowly, 49ers hired him, and the rest is history. 4 Super Bowls, 3 under Walsh, and 1 that should have been under him. 2-minute warning. The 49ers down 10-0. Deebo Samuel comes up with the catch at the Bengals' 47-yard line. Oh, man. Ball broken up by Taylor Britt. Christian McCaffrey gets away on the screenplay. So he just had a straight shot at Trey Lance right there. That one complete to Deebo Samuel. Deebo Samuel comes up with the big catch to make it 1st and goal. Yes. The tush push. Deebo Samuel, another big catch. Brandon Ayuk gets up the field. Deebo Samuel comes up with a huge catch. George Kittle with the catch and the touchdown. 49ers. Well, he takes a sack from Hendrickson. Poco did. Turnover on downs. McCaffrey was so close. The sack by Chase Young. So 1:23 left. So there still is some life left for the 49ers, but not much. Brandon Ayuk. First and 10. Brandon Ayuk. So Trey Lance does not take the 49ers to the Super Bowl, but it's not really his fault. I mean, he didn't have phenomenal games in the playoffs, but he took them right on the cusp of it. So what are we saying? Could he replace Brock Purdy? Maybe. The jury is still out whether the 49ers win the Super Bowl or not. And I guess if Brock Purdy takes them and wins it, then he has a little more say. Guys, thanks for joining me. Please watch this video that you see here on the screen. I would sure appreciate it. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.